So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Come on in here. Good to have you here today, man. Happy Thursday. Today, talking about building a bridge. There is a little concept that I work on around here all the time because I spend a lot of time coaching, less one-on-one coaching these days than I have done over the years. More group coaching, which is so powerful. It's always a little bit more affordable too for people, but man, it's so great to have coaching and some community and some instruction. It's just amazing stuff. But this concept I'll teach you today, I teach continually, and it's probably the thing that I watch mostly when I'm taking clients on a journey. So we're going to get that today, okay? Awesome stuff. It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com. 20 years almost doing this thing and just getting out there living life best I possibly can. My name is Scott Smith. Good to have you here today. I mentioned I went to a conference last week, and it was really interesting. And I've never done one like this before, ever. This was so different for me, but yet I'm the kind of guy that, given an opportunity to step into a world that maybe I'm a fan of and yet don't really understand completely, and step in with people who are super fans, if you will, and just kind of just get into it, and just kind of relax into it. And I said yes. In this case, I got to tell you, and maybe that's why my mind is where it is this week. It's just very calm and very interesting spot this week, because this was a Christian conference. I go to church on Sundays and I do audio board in the back once a month. I help out. Obviously, I like audio, so I can help with that. And they say, hey, we're doing this thing called the Experience Conference. You want to go and learn more about audio? And I'm like, why not? So I'm thinking I'm going to go down there and, learn about the audio board, and come to find out it's 2,500 worship leaders there, and they're going to be singing and praying for 4.5 days. Well, I've done sweat lodges. I've done kumbayas by the fire. I've done just about everything, willing to be open-minded and just hang out there. And you know what I learned? This is the big takeaway. Here's what I learned from this thing. When you put yourself in an environment where everybody has the same mindset, everybody's heading the same direction, and then you back it up with a highly emotional experience, music and words and everything else, and then you do it a lot. I probably was in a worship service for 15 hours over 4.5 days. Something I've never done in my life. I don't know if I'll do it again, but I was there. And in the moment, what I did was I said, listen, let me just be in the room. Just be present. Just be in the moment. And what happens is 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes, it just goes on and on. And there is a point in time when you're like, okay, I'm just kind of here in a highly meditative state for 4.5 days. I learned a lesson on that one. I learned to do things like that more. And if you ever have the ability to expand yourself a little bit, to find a group of like-minded people, you say, listen, I'm kind of part of that tribe. Let me dive in, even if you're not over the top like a lot of people are with anything. What a learning experience. I still don't know what to do with it, but I'll tell you later. I'll figure it out. Let's talk about bridges. Changing something in life, I think, is pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. But we talked about decision-making early on in the week and how that's just a hot mess, like a movie or everything, but it should be kind of easy. Figure things out, figure out what you want, and then change it. That easy, right? Are you done laughing yet? What do you mean, Scott? First off, I can't figure it out. And secondly, what? Then I got to change it. Can we agree on this? That if you knew it had to change, then all you have to do is change, right? It's like, well, I know that tire is bald. All I got to do is go get it changed and it's good again. If life were that easy, life would be really good. So ultimately, that's what we want to do. Now, a lot of people come to me, my coaching groups, the people I work with all the time, and they're scared. And what we try to do is this. We try to build a bridge. And here's the concept behind the bridge. It's as easy as you would think it would be. It's that a bridge does what? It gets you from here to there. It gets you over something. You start on this side, you go across the span, you end up on the other side. Now, a long time ago, I started looking at personal growth or business building and all these things as simply a bridge. That was it. I looked at it as a bridge. I said, when I meet you, you're where you are today. And as you know, when we're helping people, we want to meet them where they are. I go a little deeper on that. I say, listen, if you're working on yourself, meet yourself where you are. Not where you want to be or where you used to be. Meet yourself where you are. If you miss that little piece of wisdom I just dropped in you, listen to it again. Meet yourself where you are. Because a lot of y'all are reaching back in time who person you used to be. And some of you are stuck on who you want to be. Meet yourself where you are. That's the first place. Because in that place, we can begin to build a bridge. The bridge will get us where we want to go. But what do we have to do first? Now, we build what's called a peaceful foundation. A peaceful base is what we refer to it around here as. All that means is I'm going to build a foundation for your bridge. Now, you're going to get two foundations, one for where you are and one for where you're going to be. In the middle of a span, right? There's a span in the middle. So if you meet yourself where you are, you simply look at your current life, your current situation and say, okay, is this been fortified? Is it peaceful? And what I mean by that is you got the bills paid. Is life pretty good? It may be a hot mess right now, but I'm telling you, if it's a hot mess and that's the reason you want to change, the first thing you have to do is stabilize where you are. If you move too fast, you're just going to get down the road a little bit, and that's not going to be stable. And now you got two unstable messes. So the first thing we always do is we say, let's go ahead and get our base where we are today, fortified and peaceful and solid. And I know you want to go fast, but let's make sure we get the basics in place first. This is kind of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable and safe and secure where you are before we start to grow. Now, the second thing we want to do is we want to kind of begin to look at the foundation on the other side as well.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
So a great example of this is somebody who wants to change careers, and maybe they want to go to school, and maybe that school is going to be 18 months or a couple of years to get the degree that you need to go there. Well, that's going to be a foundation. So what I would tell people is you got your peaceful base going on today, but now say you do want to go to school. Let's go find that school. Let's figure out how we're going to get in, how we're going to pay for it, what it's going to take to do it, how long it's going to take. Do all the research and then start kind of doing it. Start putting it in motion. Say you want to be a nurse and it's a 2-year program. Well, listen, we can't shake up your foundation today. We can't get there tomorrow. We've got to go through 2 years of training to get there. So we're going to begin to build that foundation. So here's where the real magic happens. And this is a very natural occurrence, but some of you do this too soon. Some of you do it too late. So imagine this. You've got a peaceful base foundation. You're saving some money. Life is good right now. You don't have to change a thing if you don't want to. Life is good. But you do want to grow and you do want to do something different. So you begun to build this new foundation. Maybe you're moving your house, you're going to school, whatever it is, but things are looking pretty good. It's like, hey, man, I'm almost ready to go. So what you're really doing is you're building a span between the two, because it just makes sense. The closer you get to where you want to be, the more you're going to start doing that, and less of what you're going to do behind you. So in my world, you always say, do more of what you love and less of what you hate. Well, in this world, it will be, well, you're going to start doing less of what you've been doing and more of what you want to be doing. That's moving across a span. And here's the trick. And I've seen this dozens of times, so do not miss this little piece of wisdom I'm going to drop on you right now. People don't build a solid foundation here. They don't know exactly where they want to go. Those two things need to be put in place. But assuming they do have them in place, people get rushed. They go too fast, or they wait too long. So you start the journey, and yet you never make the final step. So think about your life right now. Is there something that you have been heading toward and you never kind of got it done? You never took that final step to do what you wanted to do? My guess is yes. Probably volumes of things, right? So that's the first thing I see. People, they stop before, they just never make the change. They never make the leap, if you will. And other people make the leap way too soon and mess it all up. Because if you have a stable foundation here and you're building a stable foundation where you want to go and you go too soon, you could really mess everything up because it's not ready for you. It's not there. It's like asking somebody to marry you after the first date. It's like, it's too soon. It's the same thing. But if you do it about 70%, you wait about 70% of the way. In other words, you're solid here and you got pretty much about 70% in place. You got enough momentum, you can just head that direction. So whatever you want to do today, think about your bridge. If it's a job, if it's a relationship, if it's your home, it doesn't matter what it is. Is it stable? Is it stable? I work with stable people. I don't work with unstable people. And when I mean that financially and emotionally and everything, I like stable people because I can take them someplace. If they're not stable, I don't have that qualification to do that. So when you're stable, I can help you, and you should be stable because you can help yourself. And stable has so many ways to be, that you can describe that. But make sure that as you begin your journey, wherever you want to go, you got the very solid, peaceful base. Start building that peaceful base off in the future, and little by little, day by day, just take steps in that direction. And watch what happens. And if you apply the average perfect day that we talked about yesterday, and you apply some decision making that we talked about the day before, you realize that this is actually going to be a really easy thing for you to do. And you may get impatient, but it's actually you just keep getting out of bed and heading that direction. That's all you do. I know you want it tomorrow, but the truth is tomorrow's going to come anyway, just maybe a couple of tomorrows away. Just every single day, you stand up, you take a step, you repeat. How long do I take a repeat, Scott? How long do I do that? Well, until you get what you want. Why would you stop before you got there anyway, huh? That's kind of silly. Build your bridge. Stand up, take a step, repeat. Just keep going until you get the other side. Easy peasy. See you tomorrow.